The First Descendant is an always-online third-person looter-shooter which is earnestly, excruciatingly generic. There isn't necessarily anything wrong with that, but it's so lacking in distinctive vision or purpose that there's very little impetus to actually play the darn thing. It doesn't help that its first impressions are so dire. Before you get into the core gameplay loop, you're told to pick your First Descendant, then whisked away to the most agonizing amalgam of every average tutorial trope. You can probably make a checklist for this. Incredibly insulting exposition which ignores characterization in favor of clumsily communicating key plot points? Check. Easy enemy encounters you can't possibly lose which are nonetheless treated as serious threats by the narrative? Check. Overlong cutscenes which show you a ton of skillful things you could simply be doing yourself if the game would just let you actually play it? Check. Amazing architecture and evocative ethereal landscapes contrast against a bland storyline? Check. The First Descendant, underneath this tired tide of tedious tropes, begs you to see its promise. It beckons you with its movement-focused gameplay and absurd production value, promising something truly profound if you only invest yourself. But there would be no need for such desperate pleading if this were an actual game. After clipping my way inside the first boss fight and concluding the tutorial, I was dropped into a laughable live service hub, aflush with the usual kiosks and currencies vying for my real-world money. This snakery may be standard industry procedure, but that does little to diminish its dire impact. I was still legitimately interested in giving it a shot, but after several ultra-long loading screens, server disconnections, tutorial prompts interrupting ongoing combat, and the most insultingly brain-dead baddies, I think I've had enough. Like, seriously, there were mooks moving backward right into my gunfire, and I beat the enemy commander by hopping down and just unloading into his face while he slowly walked toward me. You might be saying, Addy, that's only the first mission, what did you expect? But that's not an excuse. I've played a lot of action games and a lot of third-person shooters. They don't have to be trivial wastes of your time that shove predatory monetization in your face. This game may be free, but your emotional and mental investment is not.